Welcome to Excel Magic Trick number 151. Hey, if you want to download this workbook and follow along, click on my YouTube channel, then click on my college website link, and you can download the workbook Excel Magic Trick 146 to 154. Hey, in this video, we're going to learn about the DATEDIF function. This is a great function that will calculate between two dates the total number of years, the total number of completed months, or the total number of completed days. Now, this is an undocumented function. It comes from earlier versions of Lotus, and Excel still has it in to be compatible with Lotus. But there's no documentation. I have some notes up here, up at the top of the spreadsheet you can look at, and there's even a reference to a good book and a good website. Now, I have these labels for you to read that'll help you figure out what each column is, but I'm going to highlight these and unwrap them just so we have a little bit more room. Now, for this column, we're going to calculate the number of completed years between these two dates, a start date and an end date. Here we'll do completed months, here completed days. When we get over here, this will be MD, means, hey, all the days past the last completed month. This will mean all the months since the last completed year. And finally, there's days. So how many days since the last completed year? Now, we'll see how all of these work. Let's start here in this cell and type equals dated. Now, notice, usually in 2007, when you start to type a function, it gives you a drop-down, but it doesn't. So we'll have to put an open parentheses there, dated if. Not only that, but there's a screen tip, and it doesn't give us any helpful hints about our arguments. So you got to kind of know that start date comes first, then end date, and then the final argument, where you put the y, the m, or the d. So we'll click on our start, comma, end, comma, and I want this y. Now, we need to, because I want to copy this formula to all these cells, I want to click in the H14 and hit F4. The F4 key 3 times to put the $ in front of the column reference, because we need that date as we copy it over here. But when we move down, we need to move to the next one. Same with this one. And this one, we need this y for the whole column, but not when we move over to the column. So we'll put the $ in front of the number. Close parentheses and Control Enter. That keeps the cell highlighted. Now I'm going to double click and send it down, and then I'm going to copy it over, and we'll take a look at what all of this means. Now, for this column, we're calculating completed years. And if we click right here, we can see it got the right cell references, and it's looking at that y. Some people actually put in quotes y like this. But for this example, it's better to do a cell reference, because then we could see. So the third argument is either ymd, md, ym, or yd. I'm going to click Escape. We can see that it got it right. 1/1/2007 to 1/2. Even though there's an extra day, the completed years are 2. See here it says 1/1/2007 to 3/2/2009. So there's only 2 completed years, so that's what it returns. Similarly, here 1/1/2007 to 3/2/2010, that's 3 years. Now let's look at completed months. This is month, right? So if we have 1/1/2007 to 1/1/2008, we have 12. Similarly here, it's the 3rd day in January of the second year, but that's only completed months. So y, m, d are completed years, months, or days. Now let's go down here. 1/1/2007 to 3/2/2010 is 38. It's 3 years, which is 36 months, plus the 2 extra months. Now let's look at days. That one's pretty straightforward. It's just days. We actually could have done a different formula, just subtracted the later date from the earlier date, and it would have given us days. Now here's where it gets interesting. We have month and day. That means the number of days since the last completed month. So here, since we have 1/1/2007 to 1/1/2008, it's 0 days. This one is 1 extra day. This one is 2 extra days. Same with down here. We have, since it's month, day, it's the number of days since the last completed month. Well, here, the last completed month was 3/1/2010, so then we get 1 extra day. Now, let's look at months past the last completed year. You can see here for this end date, these are all ones. It's not till it gets to 2, 2 that there's one extra month. And so that's what it says. Same with here on this one. If we go back over here, we can see 1/1/2007 to 3/2/3010. There's 2 extra months. And then finally, then we have days past the last completed year. That's why on January 2nd, it's only 1 day. January 3rd, it's 2 days. Now let's look at this one. Interestingly enough, this is days past the last completed year. So this is 1/1/2007, and this is 1/2/2009. So there's only 1 extra day since the last completed year. So that's how, those are examples for all of the arguments. And then I've even put, if you download this, it shows you the actual months and days written out as text. All right, that's the DATEDIF. It's just an amazing function sometime, exactly what you need. All right, we'll see you next trick.